a 5-tip article about naming your business and turn that into a digital content empire. We're going to look at that and decide that and see that in just a moment after this. Hey everyone, welcome to the Content Profit Show. This is your host, Jeff Herring. And as always, we're broadcasting live from our international studios in Dawsonville, Georgia, 60 miles south of Atlanta. And, I said as always, but guess what? One of the things I'm going to do this summer is I'm going to go to different places and broadcast, because this drop behind me is a green screen thing. And so I thought it'd be fun to do that. Welcome to the show. This is episode 88. Thank you guys for making that possible. And for all the fans and following and all that kind of stuff. You want to be on the show, right below my name over here is jeffherring.com/profit. That's where you go get your prophecy. Okay. Now, my guest today has got some great stuff for us. I want to introduce to you Lindsay Perigine. Did I get it right?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Hi.
All right. And she's got a really cool story. And she's the first guest I've ever had that's worn a Rolling Stone t-shirt to the show. So yeah, I love that. I like that style. Welcome to the show, Lindsay.
Thank you so much for having me.
A pleasure. We're going to hop over here and take a look at your article. Now, folks, the link to this will be in the show notes, and I want you to study it because Lindsay had taken something that's most of the time complicated and sometimes very dry and made it fun and simple and easy. Okay, so who doesn't need to know how to name your business? Good name for it too, which would make sense for what you do, right? And I think this would be a good name for a course too. So I like the way you just flow with this. You're just talking with people, okay? And then you go into the stuff. And you shared from your life. It's like perfect. Step one is brainstorming. Okay. Now, is that when you just mind dump anything, whether it makes sense or not?
Yes, like
Okay.
literally anything that comes to your mind, like that that you think might interest you or be part of the name, like just whatever comes to your mind, just dump it because you don't. I mean, key lime media. I mean, I went through this like literally this exact process when I named my own business. And key lime was literally one of those things that popped into my head. So
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever comes in within your stream of consciousness, just write it down, whatever it is.
I love it. I was going to ask you about key lime too. Was that just a fluke, or what? Are you associated to key lime somehow?
Well, I'm in Florida, so
Yeah. Yeah.
key limes are pretty common here. Key lime pie is
Oh
super
yes, one of my
popular, one of my
favorites.
mom's favorite desserts. And it's actually also there's a Kenny Chesney song.
That was just playing in my head, Lindsay.
There's a Kenny Chesney song, Key
Yeah.
Lime Pie, and
Yeah.
my husband and I, back when we met, like I think it's the Blue Chair album.
Yes. Old Blue Chair.
Some
Yeah.
I don't think that's the full name, but that's what
Mm.
is coming to my head.
Yeah.
But we binged that album all the time. We're always listening to it.
Yeah.
Like we loved that song. So that's what came to my head and that's what I wrote down and
It's a natural.
here we are.
So sometime when this whole business gets big, you can have Kenny Chesney and Jimmy Buffett in, as guest appearances and all that kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh. One can dream. That would be so cool.
Wouldn't that be cool? I think that'd be fun. Um, so then mix them up. So kind of like you did with key lime, you just started playing with them. Okay. Um, and I love it. Remember that some of the biggest companies in the world have names that don't relate to what they do at all.
No.
Apple, Virgin, Google, Pepsi, Key Lime. right? I love it. I love it. You walk your talk. How did you how'd you get into this branding and marketing world?
Um, I kind I kind of incidentally fell into it actually. Like many people at one point in time in their life, fell into multi-level marketing for a
Okay.
while. And when I was in that world and in that space, I didn't like the way they marketed. It didn't feel good to me.
Right.
So I searched for outside resources to learn how to market in a different way. And in doing that, I really fell in love with marketing and social media marketing. And I was not one of those people that grew to the top 1% of your company and like had all these accolades,
Yeah.
because I kind of diverted and ended up in the marketing world and grew my success in my business there instead. And I wouldn't change it for the world. I
Love it.
started my business when I was 5 months pregnant with my son.
I love it.
Started the multi-level marketing when I was 39 weeks pregnant with my daughter. Real
Wow.
So apparently some women nest and I start businesses.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Oh, I like that. That's a good quote. Some women nest and I start businesses.
uh,
Love it. We'll see that again somewhere. That's cool. And I like the colors, key lime, right? Um, and then research. Uh-oh, the dreaded research. Um,
part everybody hates.
but you break it down. You go to the Secretary of State website to see if it's taken. You do the trademark search, and then um, then you get the domain name. It's like boom, boom, boom. But I've seen people spend thousands of dollars to have someone do this. And so you're simplifying it for everybody. I love it. Search it, yeah. And so not just the name, you search it on Google and the socials, huh?
Mhm. Because you never know who, like, if that domain may be already taken, or if on social media, people can name their account whatever they want.
Right.
So if you are really committed to that name and love it and are married to it, you're ready to go all the way to home base with it, you want to make sure that those handles aren't taken,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that may sway your decision to a different name that you hopefully have on your brainstorming list.
Yep. And save everybody a little bit of hassle listening to what Lindsay's saying because I was saying for a long time, 10, 12 years ago, even more than that, 16, 17. At the end of a show, go use this stuff, right? And then one day I looked at it and I went, the acronym's guts. And I thought, all right, cool. And I had these emblems done and a shirt with it and everything, and found out it was being used elsewhere. Like
Oh.
it didn't mean the same thing, but it was the same letters, and I had to give it up. So, and then claim it after your happy dance. I love it. Um, I love it. Cool. See, I'm going to call this. So you've got a process here, okay? And you told me earlier you've never even thought of doing a course with this, and that happens because people are so close to it. And I'm calling these 5 things the key line process. Okay, so continue to brand you. Now let's take a look. I like that key line media. I love it. Um, let's take a look at what this can become. All right. So start with the article. There we go. How to name your business. Um, the cool thing about that title is it gives you the benefit. It says what you're going to do. I mean, what do you got there? 5 words, nicely done. Um, and traffic can come from all kinds of places, as you know. The socials. My favorite place right now is Medium. Are you over there yet?
Yes, I've just
Okay.
started to dabble in it, and thanks to
Okay.
your your course, I'm learning more about it, which is
Good.
super
Yeah.
helpful, by the way.
And we can do a lot of stuff with that. Email, webinars. This is a great webinar, by the way. The keyline process, and give a little bit of it, and then move them into a product or whatever. Now, we'll get to the courses, but this next thing I love. Okay, I call them short-term coaching programs. and they can. Now my favorite is a one session coaching program where you invite 5 people to this meeting. We're going to be together 90 minutes to a couple hours, and we're going to work with each of you 20 minutes, helping you name your business. Okay, and you'll get my eyes, the group's eyes, and you can do 37, 47, probably with this even more. Um, the beauty of that is about a quarter of the people that take that go on to the rest of your stuff, like into your membership. Um, the other beauty of this is um, the first one I did, like the first couple months I was in business, I did a website review and charged 5 people 150, and 2 hours later I had 750, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm hooked, you know. Um, and so this is like an easy low hanging fruit for you. Um, Getting to the courses. Um, in this particular part of your niche, this is really a flagship course that you become known for. Okay. Um, Key line process of naming your business. And let's say we took each one of those 5 things, those 5 tips, those 5 steps. Each one of those could become a module. Okay. And you might not go more than a half hour on some of them. And what I say to my students and members all the time, the value of something is not measured by the length. There you go. You know about that.
No,
It's
I believe
measured.
in brevity.
Me too.
Lots of value, but done
High
briefly.
value, keep it simple. And so that would be the flagship course. And then backing up, each one of those things could be, the research could be its own mini course, cheaper, but then driving people to the flagship course. And then about a third of the people that do this move on to memberships. And then another way we could look at this um, is short-term continuity, short-term memberships, because that gets by the dreaded, they've got me for life kind of fear that people have, right? 47 and 97. And really, with these 5 things, you know what you could do? You could have 5 sessions, okay? In each of those first 5 sessions, you sort of teach about that topic, okay? And then you come back the next round and help people implement that topic, okay? Um, that's going to give you 2.5 months of stuff if you do it weekly. And then if you charge, like the first one I did was um, multiple streams of article income for like 37 bucks a month for 3 months. So the cool thing is they got used to paying me 37 bucks a month. So when I offered the membership, it was like, well, okay, it's easy. About half of these people do that. Now, I don't know if you're interested in a membership.
I
Uh,
have one.
oh, you do? What's the
I
name of it?
do. Chaos to Clarity Society.
Chaos to Clarity Society.
Mhm.
Oh, that's sweet. Give the ladies some applause here, folks. Chaos to Clarity Society. Where did you come up with the word society? I've never seen that for a membership.
Um, I basically followed the process in the article, but I added an extra step because I wanted to find a different word than some of the other things that are used. So
Hmm.
I was looking for synonyms, and that was one of them,
I love it. I
and it
love
just
it.
stuck.
Nicely done. I'm a member of the society. It's got a cool ring to it. Okay, and so you've already got that covered. Um, and so the rest is, doing the shorter stuff that gets people to your monthly. Okay, um, from confusion to clarity, society,
Chaos.
chaos. Okay, chaos. Yeah, that's better. Chaos because it's got the chaos to clarity. Um, Now, does that cover all of the things you do under branding and
For the most part, it does.
marketing?
It really focuses in on business development. and
Okay.
marketing, and but doing it in a way that meets you where you're at, because we all get hit by shiny object syndrome all the time.
Jeez.
So it really is about doing it for the phase of business that you're in. So that way you're not all of a sudden starting a YouTube, a podcast, and all the things when
I
you
like
are
that.
when you are not pulling in revenue yet.
Yeah, I like that, Lindsay, because it simplifies things, okay? And it's not a one size fits all. It's like, okay, you're still trying to figure out who Earl is. Well, let's start there, okay? Or like you've got some stuff, you've got a membership, and there's other things we can plug in. I love that. I love that. Very few people, from what I watch, that do what you and I do, have the ability to meet people exactly where they are.
And
And
I created it. I never wanted to do a membership actually. And I started it because my one of my original missions when I started was to really help people, you know, small businesses and entrepreneurs, are, single entrepreneurs that are doing it all solo. And the more I did social media management and my prices got higher, even though it was successful, it wasn't fulfilling that side of my mission.
okay,
And that's where the membership came in. So that way I was still able to honor my time, but still able to help people that needed it where they were.
I love it. I love it. That's so important and so rare. Um, so, like I said, 20 minutes goes by quick.
Yes.
We're heading towards wrap up. I can tell you've gotten a glimpse of the future and got some momentum here. Any questions?
Oh, I'm sure I'll think of some probably after the fact. That's usually how my brain
That's
works.
fine. I mean, we're going to talk for a while about keeping the momentum going, and then you can ask me stuff whenever it comes.
I
Um,
appreciate that.
sure, sure. But if you just look at these three things,
No, but I love this.
for,
Like,
yay, yeah, because it's gonna be it'll be fun helping you build this because 25% of these people, a third of these people, and half of these people are going to end up here. Which is kind of you know it already from having it. It's kind of the holy grail. That monthly income. Um, it's amazing to me, and I tell a lot of people this that I'll be out with friends or with one of my men's groups or stuff I do, and my phone when an order comes in, goes ka-ching, and they've learned that it means what it means, and they want let me see how much you
oh,
made
that's funny.
$47 sitting here at dinner. I say, well, yes,
Maybe.
and yes, I just did. There was a whole lot of work that went into being able to be sitting here at dinner, and that happened.
And people
So,
don't see the behind the scenes, and there's
no,
so much that goes on behind the scenes.
yeah, and that sounds like you and I are on the same page about that. I like being upfront about that
Yes.
because all this stuff about just build a membership site and live on the beach. That's all you got to do. Yeah, right. Um, it's a
People
little
are
bit.
selling you a lifestyle and freedom that doesn't quite match what they're marketing. It's not it's never it's not as easy
That's really
or
well said.
instantaneous as people make it sound. And
That's right.
not enough people are transparent about that. They just aren't.
Yeah. So we can be two of the few. So time to wrap up here. Thank you, Lindsay, for being a great guest and bringing great stuff. I'm excited for you. There's so much we can do with this.
I love these ideas and I cannot wait to implement them. And thank you so much for having me.
It is my pleasure. And as always, folks, if you want to be sitting in Lindsay's seat, not at her house, but in your own home or office in the Content Profit seat, the link's right below. And as always, folks, you know what to do. I still get to say go use this stuff. I just can't call it the other word. So as always, folks, go use this stuff. We'll catch you on the next show.